Hello, this is Ryan, and this is my report on the very long title, Oriental Institute, University of Chicago, Ancient Mesopotamia, and Ancient Egypt Explain Everything presentation by me, which is, of course, Ryan. That's my name. Don't wear it out. All right, so the Oriental Institute is a place in the University of Chicago, and the University of Chicago is a top-notch school. It's kind of like Northwestern and Harvard and those places. So, and we did a project on ancient Mesopotamia and ancient Egypt. And of course, I was the one doing ancient Mesopotamia. So this part, I will do you will see most Mesopotamian things on this. I have a few ancient Egypt things, but not as many as Mesopotamia. Alright, let's get to it. Alright, this is the Striding Lion. Striding Lion was started in 1604 BC and it was finished at 582 BC. This was made entirely out of mud bricks, and it represents Ishtar, which is the goddess of love and war. Of course, they've added clay and glaze to help keep the lion standing. I think they kind of added the glaze most of the glaze is right here. So like all the outer part, it probably has the most glaze. And the lion probably has the most clay added to it, since it kind of looks roughed up on this part right here. And so that's it. Next page. Alright, so this is the Lamassu. This is about 22 feet long, which is probably about as big as my classroom wall. It's pretty big. And they would put this in front of the king's temple to show that he's big and powerful, since the horse is big and powerful. Actually, I was standing right about here. If you turned around and went facing this side, you can actually see, well, on the inside, you can actually see a fifth leg to the Lamassu. So it technically has 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's another leg right here, but you can't see it because it's on the behind. And it's so big because the king was so big, and it meant, hey, if you mess with me, I'm pretty big, so if you mess with me, I can do whatever I want with you. And turns out it didn't turn out that pretty for the people who insulted the king. Alright, next page. Alright, so this is the Law of Hammurabi statue. This statue, it represents King Hammurabi, and it has all his laws on it. And this statue has a picture at the top of King Hammurabi, which is right here. And I don't really know who this person is. It looks like he's giving something to King Hammurabi. So, there's a picture. And then all of this is filled with all laws. It's like laws. Everything on here is laws. And even on the back. All the back side. So, back is law. All those are laws. And if you look really closely, they're probably about half a square inch each letter. So the writing is pretty small. It's pretty interesting. Alright, move on to the next page. Alright, so this is a preserved body. It has been preserved for about 5,000 years. It's pretty amazing. And when you look at it, it's like, ew, what is that? And then when the tour guide tells you about it, he's like, oh, that's pretty cool. So I'll tell you about it right now, so you won't have to go all the way through Chicago. Alright, so here's what it is. It's basically, it's been preserved because of the dry weather, as you can see in the top. And look, I just want you to look at his position right here. He's curled up in like a baby's position when they're in their mom's stomach for like 9 months. So they're in the same fetal position. And then these pots right here you're probably thinking, why do they have pots over there? The answer is they're filled with his goods that he can bring to the afterlife. Since the ancient Egyptians believed that they need all their stuff in the afterlife. Alright, next page. Almost done. Alright, so this is mummies and mummification. As you can see here, mummies and mummification. So basically, the mummy is the person who dies and can afford it is put into a tomb right here, and that allows them to, so they get stuck in there. They're just put in there and they wrap them. They just put them there and they put them in the ground in a temple or in a pyramid. And the mummification part is they really take. It's a 40-day process, and they take all of his intestines out, including the stomach, the lungs, even the brain. They didn't even think the brain was the most important part. They just thought that the heart was the most important. So they put all their stuff into a jar, and they thought they might need him in the afterlife. So when he woke up in the afterlife, they could just have all his intestines right there, and you can just put them back in. Alright, so that concludes our Oriental Institute, University of Chicago, Ancient Mesopotamia, and Ancient Egypt Explain Everything presentation. Thank you for watching, and I hope this will be useful for you someday. Thanks. Bye.